it's supposed to feel.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real good. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Dancing in the background and vaping at the same time, and I'm just seeing vape everywhere, you know. Out to lunch, how you going? Deb, how you going? Alex, how you going? Good to see ya. You'll try and join tonight. You have your best friend Arn over, so you might not be till later on if you're still live. That's cool. Just adjusting my mic so you can hear me properly. Okay, and Out to Lunch said, hello, beautiful. And Deb said, hello to our beautiful. Don't keep calling me beautiful or I won't be able to fit my head out the door. No, I'm kidding. I can't take a compliment, guys. I'm hopeless at it. Thank you. Is that good? I don't know what to say. Holy shit. Okay, you're calling each other beautiful. That's good. Okay, Sherry, how you going? Out to lunch, how you going? Fen Bendale in today just need way to MG information is £226 male asks. Oh, okay. Are you talking about the Fen Ben? Oh, you got it. Just need to know how much for a £226 male. Oh, I don't know. We might have to go to Rumble very briefly because I'm getting my granddaughter today as well. Mind you, I can't talk. Not just today, any day of the week, really. Shannon, how you going? G'day from the Riverland. Deb said, I've just put in a request for our Dr. Timmer to answer questions out to lunch. Dealey, how you going? Virginia, how you going? Shannon said, dance, white girl, dance. I did. Sway, puff, sway. I did. Dana said, good morning, beautiful Hev. How you going, Dana? Timmer said, hello, everyone. PS Air Traffic Control Tower is to blame for that accident. The airspace that close to the airport. Is the controller's job to know where everyone is? Yes, I've got a lot of information, including the recording. Deb's saying, hello, Dealey. Shannon said, oh no, Hev has joined the left side of the screen. Not anymore. I'm right in the middle of it. Deb said, thank you, Shannon. I just watched a pilot explaining. So did I, Deb. Did Shannon send you that? Mm-hmm. Shannon sent some funny videos this morning. One of funny lip reading. That was hilarious. Shannon said, helicopter pilot was trans, looking at wrong jet lights. Yes, I've got that too. Deb said, hello to our doctor in the house, Timmy. Mrs. Out to Lunch, how you going? Deb said, Hev is awesome. Mrs. Out to Lunch said, yes, Hev is awesome. Don't tell me that too much. Shannon said, those ice skaters didn't stick the landing too soon. Mrs. Out to Lunch said, oh, and my Fred, because I love him. Yeah. Deb said, yes, Shannon, sent us good video. Okay, excellent. Love him, lol. Okay, we'll go to the screen. Okay, I'm still there. Yes, I am. Gunther Eagleman said Senator Durbin, who blocked a subpoena brought forth by Marsha Blackburn to get the Epstein client list, said he will not vote to confirm Kash Patel. I wonder why. I wonder if the Epstein client list has any of Dick's buddies on it. I'd ask if the Epstein list has Dick on it. I'm sure it has a lot of Dick on it, actually, but yes, let's just skip over that one. Sorry. Leading reports said breaking, President Trump officially announces 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. And so it begins. Wondering if Canada feels like joining the US now. Oh, it's going to happen to Australia. You watch. We're going to get some mighty big tariffs, I'm sure. George said, what is happening? Senator Michael Bennett asked Tulsi Gabbard a question, and when she opened her mouth to answer, he immediately interrupted and started. He wasn't screaming, but he was having a go, sort of. Tulsi derangement syndrome is deadly. Let's have a look. What did he do? Where's my... I've got to make sure my audio's okay before I do this and blow your ears off. I believe it's okay. Okay, let's go.
Do you believe, as the chairman of this committee believes, as the vast majority of members of our intelligence agencies believe, that Edward Snowden was a traitor to the United States of America?
Senator, if confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, I will work with you to make sure that there is not another Snowden-like leak.
Media. It's not a moment to propagate theories, conspiracy theories, or attacks on journalism in the United States. This is when you need to answer the questions of the people whose votes you're asking for to be confirmed as the Chief Intelligence Officer of this nation. As my colleague said, this is not about you. It's about the people that serve the intelligence agencies of the United States. Is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America? That is not a hard question to answer when the stakes are...
If you would just let her answer the question, I don't know. It's not a hard question to answer if you let her. I don't know.
...are this high.
Senator, as someone who has
your
served
answer,
in
yes
uniform,
or no, is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America?
as someone who has worn our
questions.
uniform in combat, I understand how critical our national security
Apparently
is.
you don't. Apparently you don't. Let me ask you.
Okay, and if she did answer yes or no, they would have been having a go at that too, I'm sure. Okay, Benny Johnson said RFK Jr. with the absolute checkmate. Also, Brooks, I'll be voting against your nomination. Your views are dangerous to this country. Oh, this one I might have to play this on Rumble. I think that one. Because it's about procedures, okay? Benny Johnson said it's too easy. Kash Patel casually making Adam Schiff look like a fool. Schiff, so when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Kash Patel said not unless you have a new definition for the word we. What? What the fuck?
That's new. So when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Is that your testimony? Not unless you have a new definition for the word we.
Oh, okay. I always thought we included the person who pronounced the word.
I don't know. Adam Schiff's just a moron. I wish we had more of that clip so we could see what was going on, but it's a very short clip. Can't get much from that. AJ said massive J6 bombshell. Kash Patel just told the world Democrats Pelosi, Schumer and DC Mayor Bowser all refused 20,000 National Guard troops mobilised by Trump days before the riot capital. And we know this. But the rest of America's finding out too, and the rest of the world. Jordan H. Knight said, have no way to prove this, but increasingly of the mind that Australia is actually one of the most deeply corrupt countries in the West. What do you reckon? I do believe so, but I don't know. There's people in the UK who might say, no, we are. There's people in Canada who might say, no, we are. I don't know. It's pretty bad here. There's no way out. There is no way out. Well, the only thing we can do is join America. That's all I can see. Kelly RN 619 said these aren't senators. They're big Parmesan's employees, right? Make America healthy again. And all these people yelling, yes, including Bernie Sanders. He is paid by Big Parmesan. Okay? I'm being careful what I say here. Oh, dear. I don't even want to listen to them all because I'm sure they're all just going. Lindsay Petty said Big Pharma was really betting on Harris. Oh, sorry, Big Parmesan was really betting on Harris winning the election. Now Big Parmesan is hoping their investments in politicians will keep RFK Jr. from being confirmed. Let's hope for the sake of our unhealthy nation that their losing streak continues. Kamala Harris, a lot of money. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Mitt Romney, Orrin Hatch, Anna Eshoo, Kevin McCarthy, Frank Pallone Jr., Bob Casey, Mitch McConnell, Bernie Sanders, Brett Guthrie, Fred Upton, and Raphael Warnock. Is that how that's said? Okay, yes, they do now. Come on, Mouse, what are you doing now? Don't do this. Don't do this. Warning you. Okay, Viva Fry. Mouse will go out the window next. What does it feel like to be proven a liar before all America, Bernie Sanders? Within a minute it went from I did not take a penny from Parmesan executives to it was only 1.5 million out of 200 million. Incidentally, you're a liar. You did take money from executives. Hello? Here is the evidence. The internet is forever, as is your tarnished, confirmed Big Parmesan whore reputation. Should we play it? I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for it. For things that other people are saying, because that's what I'm getting in trouble for. Misinformation and what other people are saying. So I'm going to save this one for Rumble, okay? Something's tickling my nose. We're going to Rumble today, by the way, just for a little bit, because I've got to be very quick. Kash Patel commentary said Kash Patel is holding nothing back and running circles around these corrupt senators. America will be safe when we don't have 200,000 drug overdoses in 2 years. Let's have a listen, if my mouse will work.
America will be safe when we don't have 200,000 drug overdoses in 2 years. America will be safe when we don't have 50 homicides in a day.
So you just won't answer the question.
I am to say,
I don't think we're safer.
America will be safe when we don't have 200,000 drug overdoses in.
That went shorter than I thought. There you go. It will be. It would be. Be safer when you don't have people overdosing. Also the dealers. Sorry, don't mind me. I just really was not organised this morning at all. Okay. Boca Vista said Trump is right again. 2013, Obama FAA adopts diversity DEI over skill base. 2015, Obama FAA is sued for reverse discrimination. 2016, Trump ended the DEI at FAA. 2021, Biden reinstated the DEI at FAA. 2024, Biden FAA is sued for DEI. 2025, Trump reverses Biden. Okay. In an attempt to prioritise diversity over skills, in December 2013, the FAA dropped the preference for CTI graduates and scrapped a skills-based test, replacing it with a biographical questionnaire. Holy shit. Later in 2015, a Federal Reserve discrimination lawsuit was filed on behalf of 3,000 plus qualified applicants turned away by the FAA. An attorney for the plaintiff said, "We have a statement from leading FAA official that they made this decision in order to increase diversity." It's all about who you are and not what you can do. The FAA is being sued for throwing out air traffic control applications based on applicants' race. Is there another bit? There might be. It must be. President Donald J. Trump ends the DEI madness and restores excellence and safety within the Federal Aviation Administration. Okay. So they've been rehiring fuzzies to fly the airplane without any formal training because of DEI. What's going on? Yeah, exactly. That's scary. Jimenez said, "Imagine being in the air over Washington, D.C. when every screen in the plane is showing the plane crash." Can you imagine? Flying over D.C., right? And all you can see in all of your little screens is the crash of an airplane where you are, somewhere near where you are. Great. That's all you need. No way to drive the fear like that, is there? Cinema Shogun, Shogun? I don't know. Did you know that the FAA was using DEI programs to hire mentally challenged people to be air traffic controllers? Did you know? National Outreach Program for Diversity and Inclusion, People with Disabilities Program. The People with Disabilities Program ensures that people with disabilities have equal federal employment opportunities. That's what we got here in Australia, equal employment opportunities. Not a good thing. The FAA actively recruits, hires, promotes, retains, develops and advances people with disabilities. Targeted disabilities, on-the-spot hiring information, reasonable accommodation information, contact information, National Disability Employment Awareness Month resources and related links. Targeted disabilities? The Secretary of Transportation, is that Pete Buttigieg, has set a hiring goal of 3% per fiscal year for individuals with targeted severe disabilities. Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruiting and hiring. The targeted disabilities are hearing, total deafness in both ears. How does that work? If you are a air traffic controller, how do you hear without hearing? Blind? If you're blind, it's okay. You've got to look at screens, man. Missing extremities. I don't think it'd matter too much if you're missing a leg or maybe, I don't know. Partial paralysis might not be such a bad, I don't know. How much do you have to move around the air traffic control area? Holy shit. Complete paralysis and epilepsy. Oh, no. Stressful situations, okay. If you're an epileptic, you don't need stressful situations. And apart from complete paralysis, I don't know what you're going to do. Can't flip any switches, I don't think. I don't know. But epilepsy, what if something's going on and you start having a seizure? I don't know. Severe intellectual disability. Okay. Psychiatric disability. Okay, so does that mean say you got psychosis? You can go and be an air flight traffic controller? I don't know. What's severe intellectual disability? Oh dear. I don't know. Dwarfism. I don't know if dwarfism would be really, really bad or anything, but some of these are really, I don't know, man. If you can't hear, how are you going to hear the planes and what the call signs are and what the Seriously? Jesus. Individuals with targeted disabilities have the greatest difficulty obtaining employment. This is the only protected group for which federal agencies may have a hiring goal. That is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. Deb, schizophrenia. Imagine, oh dear. Okay, imagine getting so paranoid you think that they're going to bomb us. No, no, no. Can you imagine it? Like, oh my God. Dog-faced Ponia said President Trump asked for a moment of silence for those who died in the Black Hawk helicopter plane collision over the Potomac River. God be with the families. Definitely. I hear there were figure skaters, ice skaters, I don't know. And a trans person. Look, still, even if you're trans, right? I don't care. No lives should have been lost, okay?
I'd like to request a moment of silence for the victims and their families, please. Thank you very much.
Why was I holding my breath? I was trying to hold my breath. I don't know why. AJ Hubis had just announced President Donald Trump signs a presidential memorandum ordering an immediate assessment of aviation safety to ensure the damage resulting from the Biden administration's obsession with DEI is undone. And he even says he thinks it was from DEI. So let's have a look. What's going on here?
Second, for your signature, we have a presidential memorandum titled Immediate Assessment of Aviation Safety. In light of the damage done to aviation safety by the Biden administration's DEI and woke policies, what this presidential memorandum orders is for your Secretary of Transportation and FAA administrator, in this case acting FAA administrator, to basically ensure that we are actively undoing all of that damage, that we are assessing how much damage was done, and that we're ensuring that people hired within the FAA, in keeping with your memorandum of January 21st, are only the most outstanding, capable people for the jobs that they're being hired into.
In other words, competence.
Yes, sir. Elevating competence over everything else instead of the DEI policies that were pursued by the Biden administration.
I think everyone understands that. And Obama.
Yes.
Both of them. Okay, but Biden much worse. Not even a contest. What they've done is just crazy in so many other ways.
There you go. Joy Reaper said, what do you know? The FAA went on a DEI hiring spree, so much so an article was written about it on the 14th of the 1st, 2024. Can you imagine what state this country would have been in if Kamala had have won? America's dodged a huge bullet. FAA launches recruitment campaign for workers with severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and physical issues to hit woke DEI. Look, if you need to be physical to do this job, then sorry, you shouldn't be hired if you've got disabilities. I wouldn't work there. I'm not 100% right. I'm ill, so I wouldn't work there. I'd have to keep getting up and running to the bathroom. I don't know, maybe. Okay, and if I don't eat properly, I start feeling a bit... Anyway. Yeah, and they're mild disabilities, right? But I still wouldn't work in some really important job because of it. The last show, Karen Lee. Ice skating coaches and 1994 World Pairs Champions. Evgenia Shizkova and Vadim Nomov were on the plane that collided with the Black Hawk chopper in Washington, D.C. Their son, Maxim Nomov, had competed at U.S. figure skating champion in Wichita, but was not on board. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible loss of life for no reason whatsoever other than what colour your skin is, how many tick boxes you've got, if you're a female, if you've got psychiatric problems. What the hell? I cannot believe it anyway. If you're wondering what President Trump is talking about here, is a proof that the FAA were rejecting qualified air traffic controllers because they were white. DEI is to blame for this accident. Obama-era Federal Aviation Administration initiative that rejected prospective air traffic controllers based solely on their race. Again, we've seen that. Okay. Work, mouse, work. US Homeland Security News said update Black Hawk flight path. 3 near misses before fatal crash. I have heard that this is true and then I've heard that it's not. Erratically moves back towards civilian flight paths, ends up flying to where passenger planes are packed most, and at the last moment veers right into the path of the jet. Okay, there were no near misses. This is fact-checking. There were no near misses before the crash. A flight radar playback shows other planes in the vicinity of the helicopter were safely several thousand feet higher. The most likely cause at this stage was a helicopter pilot having visual on the wrong plane. Ah, dear. LA scanner said confirmed no VIPs aboard the Black Hawk. Hawk tour. Okay. No, I'm not. No. So there were no VIPs, like I was mentioning possibly yesterday. There might have been someone important on there. Look, every life is important, okay? But we're just wondering, you know, if there was any famous people like Obama or anyone like that might have been on board. James Rogers, cinematographer. Look what I just stumbled into. Lockheed Martin demonstrated this remote Black Hawk technology in Washington, D.C. mere months ago, 2 weeks before the 2020 election, and it's self-flying like drones, okay? Yeah, it's all good on a computer screen, but like, could this have been a test? But a manned test for an unmanned flight. Do you know what I mean? Like, there could have been people on the helicopter, but the ground was actually running it. Whoever was running it, okay, behind a computer. And maybe they had an accident. I don't know. Or a setup. I don't know. I've got a lot of theories. A lot of questions. That's what I got. Matt Couch said those at CNN are absolute scumbags and garbage, immediately trying to blame this horrific crash on President Trump because Biden's FAA head resigned and a new one hasn't been confirmed yet. The Black Hawk was flying dark. Heads should roll at the Pentagon. Well, how come we're hearing it was flying dark, but then air traffic control was talking to them? I don't know. There's stories of running rampant. I don't know, guys. You're going to have to make your own mind up on this one. But I'd say it's probably DEI. The rubber duck said either this is one of the victims from the Black Hawk helicopter or something else entirely. Who passed away? Was it Joe? I don't know. Is that what the helicopter thing was about? Try and take everyone's eyes off something else possibly happening here? I don't know. I wonder who that is, though. The coffin is draped. Is raped. Oh, my God. The coffin is draped in the American flag. That has to be someone important, doesn't it? It's Tiff said Tulsi Gabbard is phenomenal. Tulsi opened with prayers for the American Airlines Black Hawk chopper crash victims, then boom. Our invasion of Iraq was based upon a total fabrication or complete failure of intelligence. Former DNI James Clapper lied to this committee in 2013 when he collected phone call and email records from millions of Americans and was never held accountable. Personally, after I criticised Kamala Harris' campaign, I was put on a secret terror watch list. That's the short version. She does say a few other things. But yeah, that's the short version. These people should be confirmed, including RFK Jr. and Tulsi and Cash and all of them. Trump's picks. Let's see what happens. Nick Sautor said breaking just 24 hours before an American Airlines flight collided with Black Hawk at Reagan National Airport, another American flight had to abort landing due to a helicopter crossing its flight path at the same airport. AA4514 can be seen on radar. Having to go around and make a second attempt is currently under investigation. This should not be happening. Wow. I see that, but I can't see helicopter. I don't know. Cannot confirm. Cannot confirm. Hello. Mouse. Move. What are you doing? I've got batteries handy. Hang on. If I need to, I'll change the batteries. Nick Sautor said just in, one of the soldiers who lost his life in the helicopter crash last night has been identified as Ryan O'Hara. Ryan was the Black Hawk's crew chief and leaves behind a wife and a 1-year-old son. Heartbreaking. Okay. I don't know. Is that the same person who then went trans? I don't know. Into Thin Air said, I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're different people. Into Thin Air said, alert, audio recording being released from plane Black Hawk crash. Listen to the audio below. Who is this person who was pulled from the river after American Airlines regional jet flight 5342 crashed? Why is this person mentioned over the radio like this and in this tone? Was this the first body? Was someone alive after the crash and died later? Let's have a listen.
May I meet up with you, please? I want to take one. You can take two, please. Sure, I'm at row 49, sir. Copy.
EMS branch from Airport Fire Point 378. Go ahead. Per our conversation earlier, I just spoke with Command Center out here on the water. They advised, as far as they know, they have one body that was taken to D.C. That is all they know so far. They'll confirm and get back with you.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Okay. May I meet up with you, please? I want to take one. You can take two, please. Sure, I'm at row 49, sir. Copy.
EMS branch from Airport Fire Point 378. Go ahead. Per our conversation earlier, I just spoke with Command Center out here on the water. They advised, as far as they know, they have one body that was taken to D.C. That is all they know so far. They'll confirm and get back with you.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Okay. May I meet up with you, please? I want to take one. You can take two, please.
Okay, very interesting. So someone's body was removed from the... Maybe it's that guy. Maybe it's this guy. If he was a soldier, he would be draped in the American flag, wouldn't he? Someone tell me. Mark PG, but would they be taken to DC? I don't know. Mark PG said union bosses have told Albanese to get rid of Bowen or stand down. Trouble in the camp. Good. Here in Australia, Albanese needs to go. See ya. He doesn't need to just get rid of Bowen. They both need to stand down. Juanita Broderick said 2023 financial disclosure for Caroline Kennedy shows she holds a significant position in Big Parmigiana, specifically with Bristol Myers Squibb, Eli Lilly & Co. and Johnson & Johnson. Perhaps Caroline is a little too supportive of Big Parmigiana. There you go. Breaking, funding for all NGOs that facilitate illegal immigration has been cancelled. A few non-governmental organisations, that's what an NGO is, that are about to be bankrupt are Catholic Charities USA, United Way Worldwide, American Red Cross, Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service, HIAS, Global Refuge, Jewish Family Services. Screw the lot of you. There you go. That's a good news. That's a good news. Curtis Hawk said, CNN aviation correspondent and private pilot Pete Muntean, I'm stumbling over my words here because this is just so staggering that there is a mid-air collision involving a commercial airline. Commercial flights are equipped for ages with a system called TCAS, Traffic Collision Avoidance System. It tells the pilots in the cockpit how to avoid other airplanes nearby. It is a system that came about because of mid-air collisions with commercial airliners and small general aviation aircraft, commercial airliners and helicopters. It tells the pilots there is traffic ahead of you, climb, climb, now descend, descend now. This would be an incredible lining up of holes in the Swiss cheese. The which is the saying in aviation, the gaps in the safety chain in aviation. That is happened, and now investigations have an incredible amount of work cut out for them to figure out how a commercial airliner in the United States in 2025, when the pilots are incredibly trained, the technology is incredibly sharp, collided with what is apparently a military or government helicopter. Nobody else uses the Black Hawk. Yes, it is really something else. I'm just stunned. Okay. There you go. Okay. Michigan Anon said who was on the helicopter and or airline's flight of importance. This whole thing stinks more than a fish market on a summer day. Pray for all the victims and their families. May God be with them on this night. Definitely. Won't forget the victims. But still, something's going on. That's very weird. Secretary Kristi Noem, today I'm revoking Joe Biden's extension of Venezuelan temporary protected status that Secretary Mayorkas forced through at the very end of the administration. This program was abused, exploited and politicised. No more immigration schemes that make Americans less safe. There you go. Health Ranger said, why are US senators who take money from Big Parmigiana allowed to vote on confirmation for HHS, which oversees the FDA? Talk about conflicts of interest. Exactly. Why are senators who take money from Big Parmigiana allowed to vote on confirmations for HHS that also oversees the FDA? One way of getting things approved very quickly. Wow. Joey Manarino said, I don't have any facts, but I'd assume Joe Biden holdovers in the government took someone out who was riding on that plane. We shall see, but that's my opinion. Is that all I've got? That can't be all I've got. Ah, okay. It seems that it is. I thought I had more. That's okay, because I've got to go soon. And, oh, shivers. For my granddaughter is coming to stay for a night. Breaking huge scalp. What? Trump fires head of FBI Washington field office David Sundberg. Cans more than 20 heads of FBI field officers. Oh, sounds interesting. Okay, apparently President Trump fired the head of the FBI Washington field office. David Sundberg is the highest-ranking FBI official to be fired in Trump's second term. Trump fired FBI Director James Comey during his first term. Sundberg oversaw the January 6th investigation and the investigation into the so-called DNC pipe bomber. I can see why he's been sacked. According to NBC's Ken Dillanian, the purge is much larger than originally reported and includes more than 200 heads of FBI field officers. David Sundberg, the assistant director in charge of the FBI Washington field office, was notified Thursday that he was going to lose his job and is preparing to leave the bureau. According to two senior law enforcement sources, the latest step in an unprecedented purge of top executives at FBI headquarters, as well as leadership in FBI field offices across the country. Sundberg is the highest-ranking field agent so far to be fired from the FBI in Trump's second term, which they've said that. Why do they repeat things? I've just read that. Sundberg joined the FBI in 2002, was put in charge of the Washington field office by then FBI Director Christopher Wray in December 2022. It's one of the highest positions an agent can achieve. Special agents from the Washington field office were heavily involved in former Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation of now President Donald Trump, as well as a sprawling investigation into J6 at the Capitol that resulted in criminal charges against hundreds of people. You traitors, you, in the FBI, head of the FBI's field officers. The X-Files makes a whole lot more sense, you know. When you learn at the top, you know, like the people at the top are the ones who stop all the investigations. They're the ones who are running it. What's the best explanation you've heard for the Black Hawk and pilot and crew chief? Hey, I bookmarked all those things with... Hang on. Where did they go? I bookmarked people with... Work mouse, work. I bookmarked people who were trans. Where did that go? Huh. Very, very strange indeedy. Can we refresh and see if anything happens? That's very weird. Because I actually had the trans person bookmarked. A picture of them. Unless it's been taken down. Hang on a sec. Yep, trans pilots. Okay, let's have a look. This was it. I had a few of them bookmarked. I don't know where they went. Angel Warrior USA said, for all the people sowing seeds of confusion, this transgender is not the pilot. The married one with kids is. Please stop spreading misinfo. Okay. It was not. Okay, so there's why it was probably taken down. I don't know. Because is that Joe Ellis as well? Hang on.
This is Joe Ellis. I am a Black Hawk pilot with the Virginia Army National Guard. I understand some people have associated me with the crash in DC, and that is false. It is insulting to the families to try to tie this to some sort of political agenda. They don't deserve that. I don't deserve this. And I hope that you all know that I am alive and well, and this should be sufficient for you all to end all the rumors.
There you go.
This is Joe Ellis.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that again. Okay, so there you go. That is the person themselves saying they were not on there. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's not true, apparently. So where was I? Where is Gateway Pundit? Okay, this is the best someone's heard, best explanation someone's heard for the crash. My longtime friend is a retired colonel in the US Army who served in the roles of both Black Hawk helicopter pilot and Black Hawk crew chief as well. No one knows this helicopter better than my friend. Let's call him Colonel Joe. Okay, we've all seen the reports about the mistakes made. We know the chopper was flying too high. We know the control tower was short of air controllers, and one controller was doing the job of two. It appears the Black Hawk was off course as well, and we all suspect DEI could have been a fault, whether this involved the pilots, flight commanders on the ground, or the air controllers. But my friend Colonel Joe is the expert. Okay, what was his summary? The single greatest error in this accident was the decision to fly without a second crew chief on the left-hand side of the Black Hawk, who could have provided an extra set of eyes to look out and up to see the approaching American Airlines passenger plane. Night vision goggle flights result in a sort of tunnel vision for all who wear the NVGs, and normal policy in many Army flight units is to force a full crew of 2 pilots and 2 crew chiefs for all NVG flights so that you always have eyes out to both sides of the aircraft when flying in those conditions. While not mandatory, it's the proper safety call, especially when flying in the vicinity of a busy major airport, such as Reagan Airport. No matter how competent the pilots and crew chiefs may be, this flight needed a second crew chief on the left side of the chopper. The front left pilot, even if not wearing night vision goggles, would still have limited visibility out the left door, And if that pilot is busy with radio calls or referencing the map GPS, that pilot could get consumed by work inside the cockpit instead of looking out and around. Flight unit leadership failed to recognise the need for a second crew chief in the mission planning and risk assessment process. This is where either incompetence or DEI or both may have come into play. This was certainly poor leadership. Known mistakes by Black Hawk flight crew point to a lack of experience and or competence. We've heard in the media that both pilots were experienced. That's just not true. Someone is blowing smoke to the media, to President Trump and to Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth to cover up their arse. The collective level of experience of the flights was not impressive. Their level of experience is like comparing a rookie in the NFL to a second-year player. The pilot had the experience of a second-year player while the co-pilot was a rookie. This was not an experienced crew to be flying at night near a major airport without a second crew chief. Radio calls were not responded to by the Black Hawk crew and they flew at 350 feet above ground level, AGL, whereas reports say they were supposed to fly at 200 feet above ground level. These two mistakes alone show that the crew were not as experienced or professional as reported to President Trump, Defence Secretary Hegseth, or the media. The instructor pilot may have been too inexperienced for this annual evaluation flight, as mistakes were clearly made during the course of the flight that are assumed to have been made by the junior pilot being evaluated. Why didn't the instructor pilot notice they were flying too high and off course? That points to his lack of experience. If there had been a second crew chief, he could have noticed these mistakes and warned the pilots. The flight unit commanders must share the blame and they're still alive. There is a 12th Aviation Battalion commander of that B company, and I don't know who that is, but this individual was the first leader in the chain of events for the mission plan and risk assessment to get signed off and approved. This B company commander should be asked why they did not enforce the second crew chief to be on that flight. Accident sequences for these types of accidents begin in mission planning when first selecting the time you will fly, where you will fly for the annual evaluation, and what crew members will be on the flight. Any of the leaders in that unit's chain of command would have demanded that this flight have two crew chiefs aboard the aircraft due to NVG flying conditions plus the busy airspace of Reagan Airport. An experienced, thoughtful leader knows when to raise the standard and force the mission to have that second crew chief aboard the aircraft. This was clearly one of those moments, and both the B Company commander and the 12th Aviation Battalion commander failed to see through this risk problem and pose their own risk reduction to include a second crew chief to manage the left-hand side of the Black Hawk. In my opinion, even with all these mistakes that were made, a crew chief on the left side of the Black Hawk would still have saved them that last 20 seconds when that American Airlines flight was approaching on the left-hand side. A crew chief in that seat would have warned the pilots to turn and descend immediately. This accident was completely avoidable. Thank you to my friend Colonel Joe for this thoughtful analysis. So there you go. All 6 FBI executive assistant directors and 25 special agents in charge out at FBI, according to an FBI whistleblower. Are they violating the law? TGP's Jordan Conradson asked White House about sanctuary city leaders defying law on illegal aliens. Are they violating the law? I just want the answer. Yes. No, hang on. Wait, that was... I just read the first. Yes, no. Hang on. Okay, a Chicago mayor and the Illinois governor are preventing ICE agents from going into jails and prisons to enforce detainers against illegal aliens. In Maryland, the Attorney General has also put out a memo hindering local police cooperation with ICE. Does the administration have any comment on leftist state and local officials denying ICE? Yeah, I think it's very interesting that Democrat officials in these cities who've been completely overrun and overwhelmed by illegal immigrant criminals would refuse support and help to cure this problem that has especially taken over their cities. I guess they don't want to admit they've been wrong with their sanctuary city policies. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask them about their intentions, but they would be very wise to comply with this administration because this administration is hell-bent on enforcing our nation's immigration laws, and this administration will continue to arrest and detain and deport illegal migrant criminals. And what we don't do is defy our nation's immigration laws like the previous administration, who had these orders of removal on illegal immigrants across the country and were refusing to execute on them. We will continue to remove illegal criminals from our nation's interior. Are they violating the law, though? That's what we want to know. Carolyn said, I would certainly think so. I'd have to check back on the specific law they're violating, but certainly if they're not enforcing our nation's immigration law, it sounds like they are breaking the law. And I would also add that their constituents don't approve of that. You've seen residents of Chicago show up their city council meetings infuriated with their leadership in that city because they're working very hard to provide for their families. Is that like that crazy woman? What was her name? Oh, God love you, Deb.
Deb Richardson tipped $3.11. I miss Hev's pussy, Mr. Smiggle and MS Bella, and how are the chicken?
Chickens are good. You miss Mr. Smiggles and Bella. Yes, I know, but they have to stay out of this room. Otherwise, cat hair gets in my computer and the fans sound weird. Can't let that happen. Can't let it happen. And no matter how much I vacuum, there's still cat hair, right? I'm always covered in it. It's just continually molting. Okay, the city of Dalton. This Tiffany Henyard, that's the lady I was trying to think of. Is that like Tiffany Henyard in the city of Dalton? Where the people showed up at the city council meetings infuriated with their leadership in that city because they were working very hard to provide for their families, and this lady was just ripping everyone off? There you go. They don't want public safety and law and order, and their officials have abandoned those very basic American principles in these cities. And the American people want law and order. It's, again, an overwhelmingly popular policy to deport illegal criminals from our nation's interior, and this administration will continue to affect that goal. There you go. And the new speaker for, like, the lady who took this lady, very good. Very good. CBS staffers Fumer's network reportedly in talks to settle $10 billion lawsuit with Trump for deceptively editing 60 Minutes interview with Kamala. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth opens door to military force in Mexico. Strikes against drug cartels are on the table. Just in, President Trump to fire FBI agents who investigated him and persecuted J6 protesters, and we've seen that. Okay, just hang on, I'm getting a bit warm here. It was cold this morning, but it's warming up nicely. And I can't wait to show you this T-shirt. Normal isn't coming back. Okay, just hang on, bear with me. Oh, dear. And Timmy, I managed to get all the vitamins you were suggesting. Sorry, hello? Oh, I'm here. It's okay. I was freaking out for a minute because I couldn't see the thing moving. I got all the vitamins I was supposed to get. I got the K2. I got the E. I got the magnesium glycinate. What? Yeah, I got a lot, okay? I got a lot. I'm doing good. Except every time I change something, it throws everything out, and I'm like, oh, no. Okay, I'll have to contact Dr. Tim Mayer about that later. Radical Dem governor who defends illegal aliens signs an order refusing J6 prisoners state employment. Italian authorities reject asylum requests of 43 illegal migrants shipped to processing centres abroad. They now face repatriation directly from Albania. What? What's going on here? Okay, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has been widely and rightfully credited with cracking the code and finding a way to tackle migration effectively from within the framework of the permissive EU asylum policies and regulations. Even globalist leaders like European Commissioner Ursula von der Leyen, outgoing German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who's hopefully on his way out too, have expressed admiration for Meloni's approach to solving this dire problem. Why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they following it? Italian courts have blocked the first two attempts by the Italian government in October and November But Maloney is persisting, and the third shipment of illegal migrants has been sent to the processing centres in Albania, and so far no judicial decisions have overturned the process. Yesterday, 31 Italian authorities, 31st? I don't know. Or 31 Italian authorities, I'm not sure, rejected the asylum requests of 43 of the asylum seekers transferred to Albania. This was done in the new speedy procedure that, as you would expect, is drawing criticism from the inevitable non-governmental organisations. Probably the ones that Trump has just defunded. Okay, they were among 49 people who were transferred to Albania on an Italian naval ship Tuesday under a 5-year agreement with Albania to process asylum seekers outside EU borders in centres built and operated by Italy. Italian media reported they were from Bangladesh, Egypt, Ivory Coast and Gambia. This latest group sent to the centres, 5 migrants were returned to Italy immediately because they were minors or else deemed vulnerable. 43 underwent a speedy asylum hearing, all denied, and one additional case will be heard separately. The expedited way in which Italy is processing and repatriating the illegals is shocking the pro-migrant NGOs, but in March the European Union is to review its asylum and migration policies, and the open tendency is to move towards a similar plan to the one Maloney is implementing. Why can't they do it now? Why are they waiting till March? Is what I want to know. And our stupid government, oh my God. I don't know. Don't know what to say, seriously. The 43 asylum seekers did not have legal counsel, nor did they have enough time to prepare themselves properly for the hearing, the TAI delegation said. In all cases, authorities deemed the asylum request unfounded. The asylum seekers were denied requests of 7 days to go on an Italian court to appeal the decision. They face repatriation directly from Albania as per agreement with Italy. There you go. That's the way to do it. So why aren't the rest of them following? Why is Australia's just fucking hopeless? Seriously? I don't even know what to say about the Australian government. New Trump order federal workers to remove pronouns from employee signatures by 5 p.m. today. Good stuff. Winning Colombian president, that was January 31st. It is now the 1st here in Australia. 1st of February. It's already cold. Winning Colombian President Gustavo Petro urges his country's illegal aliens to return home immediately. There you go. Go home. On this bullshit? Seriously? Can you tell when someone's crying is fake? I can. Woke celebs cry on social media as President Trump deports violent illegal aliens. Are we going to get to see Selena Gomez having a boo-hoo-hoo? No? Okay. It was hilarious, though. It was absolutely stupid. And I was seeing something on Candace Owen, did a short about it, and she's right. Who starts crying and then gets their phone out and thinks, I'm going to go on a live and just make sure that, everyone can see me crying? Like, seriously? Mental problems, mate. Mental problems. Oh, dear. Air traffic controllers told American airline pilots to land at secondary intersecting runway in final moments of doomed flight. A 5-year-old boy killed after a hyperbaric chamber in Michigan explodes with him inside. What the fuck is going on there? A 5-year-old boy from Royal Oak was inside a hyperbaric chamber at the Oxford Centre and Medical Facility at 165 Kurtz Boulevard in Troy, where he was being treated when the chamber exploded with the young boy inside. The young boy was deceased, according to the Troy police. The mother suffered injuries to her arms as she was standing next to the cylinder. What happened? Oh, the hyperbaric chamber contains 100% oxygen, which is up to 5 times the amount of oxygen in a normal room. The presence of such a high amount of oxygen in a pressurized environment can make it extremely combustible. Our initial research shows that this is not a common incident and the scene remains under active investigation, he added. Wow. The poor kid. Oh, they're trying to turn people off med beds now, are they? Oh, now there was an explosion. This informative video reveals how safety precautions are supposed to be taken to protect the patient. There have been no reports in the video. Erica Jordan, founder of Hyperbaric Healing Treatment Center, explains how prior to putting a patient in there, they maximise the chamber depth so it's as deep as it goes, so in the event of a fire we have enough time to safely get the patient out. They've been used for over 50 years to treat an increasing number of neurological diseases and wounds. Okay, I believe this is to try and turn people off it. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Because they always bring up things like this when they, trying to scare people. They won't report on something unless it's going to have some desired effect. It's used for air or gas bubbles in your blood, the bends, decompression sickness, burns, carbon monoxide poisoning, gangrene caused by the bacteria Clostridium, gas gangrene, hearing loss, injuries that cut or break your skin, loss of vision, radiation injuries, severe anemia, severe bone and skin infections, skin grafts, trauma from force or pressure on a body part, crush injury. It's healthy, it's pure oxygen, and it helps your immune system fight bacteria and generate stem cells. Oh, this is a med bed. Hello? And if it's one in 50 years, one explosion in 50 years, I'm sorry to the young boy, obviously, but I mean, this is a good thing. Maybe this is bringing these things out to our attention to show us, hello, we have them. Helps your body to heal, to work properly. The tissues in your body must have enough oxygen. If your tissues are injured, they need even more oxygen. The increased pressure in hyperbaric oxygen therapy helps your blood carry oxygen through your body, especially injured tissues. It also helps your white blood cells protect your body from infection. There you go. As soon as I saw the picture, I went, this looks fear-driven. And they look like med beds. And I think that's what they are. Or part of it, anyway. Okay. The prosecutors dropped superseding indictment against Sean Diddy Combs. Charges now span 2 decades, starting in 2004. Accused of dangling victim over an apartment balcony. Holy shit. Yes, the press secretary, Caroline Levitt. She's good so far. Senator Moody, Biden's FBI and CIA obstructed the state of Florida from investigating Trump's second assassination attempt. I wonder why. Probably because they're involved. FBI and CIA obstructed the state of Florida from investigating Trump's assassination attempt. Yep, okay. Says a lot. Hakeem Jeffries makes disturbing remark while sounding off on President Trump. It's time to fight his agenda in the streets. That sounds like a call for violence. I don't know. It's time to fight his agenda in the streets? I don't know. It sounds like it. Trump's shock and awe overwhelms deep state. Yes, they're going down, guys. We're watching it. Rep. Jasmine Crockett says evil now occupies the White House, then blames white supremacists for violent crime wave. Really? You can't make this up. Drug pusher back behind bars days after receiving clemency from Biden. It's just going to end up back in there. RFK hearings. Why are politicians so afraid of transparency? I can tell you why. We're about to find out. Trump signs historic executive order, ends radical indoctrination in US schools to protect our children. I wish someone would do that in Australia. Yes, RFK Jr. lands big heavy blow on socialist Bernie Sanders after calling him out face-to-face for pocketing millions from Big Parmigiana. Oh, dear. Okay, let's go to... Hang on. Where am I? Okay, let's go to the comments now. Yeah, that was a bit crazy, wasn't it? Okay, half my bookmarks were missing. And, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. Okay. Deb said, that sounded funny to too many dicks. Yeah, I think there were a lot of dicks on the Epstein list, to be honest. Stu to you, how you going? Dick Durbin, that's a funny name. Yeah, I've heard of Dick Durbin quite a few times over the last few years. Oh, do you want to see what my shirt says? Okay. Hang on. Normal isn't coming back. Jesus is. So normal isn't coming back, but Jesus is. Don't you worry about that. Okay. Shanna's... Hang on, let me lift that back up again. Shannon said, Prince Philip trying to walk back his friendship with Epstein. I'm sure he is. Mrs. Out to Lunch said, like Hev's page. Please hit the like for me. Thank you very much. It only helps me, that's all. Dolores said, what a dick. Dolores said, oh, by the way, hi, everyone. How you going, Dolores? Shannon said, Pocahontas Warren went on like that against RFK. Yeah, she did. I had the video of her yelling at him. But yeah, I didn't play that one. Lady Stardust, how you going, Prince Andrew? Shannon said, yes, the one that doesn't sweat. They're all Prince Alberts to me, not my king. Stu to you said, I don't know Cash was a Navy SEAL. I didn't know Cash was a Navy SEAL. I don't know what Cash was, but he was somewhere in something. Hang on. I'll find out. Okay, hang on a sec. Cash Patel. Former Chief of Staff, Department of Defense, Department Director of National Intel, led Russiagate probe, former public defender, founder Cash Foundation, and former DOJ prosecutor. That's all it says. I don't know. Huh, okay. Deb said, hello, Lady Stardust. Lady Stardust said he's nobody's king. Ha, ha, ha. How you going, Lady Stardust? Good to see you. Lady Stardust said the exposer was genius during the Congress interviews. Brilliant plan. Yeah, definitely. That's what everything is now. It's just exposure. That's what I think even that Gateway pundit about the chamber beds going boom. It's also exposing that we have things that can help, because I didn't know about them. Okay. Deb said, what colour is your hair? Are they hiring today? Yeah, that's about it. Deb said, now that is irony. Irony, actually. Sounds funny when you say it in Australia. Irony. Lady Stardust said, I'm seeing the end scene in Close Encounters coming to reality. Abductees being released. Let's hope so. Deb said, yes, disable Parliament. Shannon said, what? Deb said, so you don't need basic sensors? Studio said dwarfism. Deb said legless workers. Studio said midget wrestling. Deb said all drunk need to apply. Lady Stardust said suicidal, homicidal. Yep, these are the mental conditions that they are accepting for what do they call it? The towers. People working in the bloody towers. I'll tell you in a sec. Traffic control. Ground control to Major Tom. Okay. My mouse is not working properly. Deb said schizophrenia. That other guy's fault. Yeah, exactly. Shannon said fear of heights, lol. Deb said not making fun, flying fun. Shannon said don't hold your breath, Hev. He said a moment of silence, not forever nap. No, it was only at the end I was like nearly holding my breath and didn't know what I was holding my breath for. Oh, God, love you.
Deb Richardson tipped $1.86. Yes, Shannon, you win today for being the funniest and the sickest on Hev's show today.
God love you, Deb, you legend. Oh, mate. Yeah, I agree. Okay, Deb said this is going to make Trump warp speed on the DEI shit. Deb said, thank God for Trump. Deb said, mentally cognizant is important. Well, it is, and so is being able to see. If you have to read screens, you know, you got to read satellites like weather and, oh, my goodness. And if you can't see, how are you going to do that? And if you can't hear, how are you going to communicate with the planes in the air if you can't hear? If you're deaf? Like, what? Fucking idiots. What the fuck's going on? Stu said yes, a bad back. L5S1 can have that effect, Hev. Shannon said Nancy Kerrigan has really stepped up a game. Deb said taking out the good people. Deb said so both had DEI running the show, apparently. Stu to you said Dan Andrews' life isn't important at all. Kai, how you going out doing the running much love, guys? You too, Kai? Deb said, yes, trying to cover up something. Deb said, it's always, look over there. Stu to you said, it's going to be a few warm days in Melbourne. 4 days of over 36. Could you guys in SA put your sprinklers on, please? I'm lucky where I am because we got mild days, but warming up. But like it's been raining for like the last 4 days. My car is still sitting outside. How embarrassing. With pillows and blankets on it, right? Not just pillows and blankets. It's got pillows, right? So to hold the blankets up off the car, because I thought it was going to hail, right? This is how stupid I am. So I put pillows on, put the blankets over, so like it gives about that much before any hail even would touch the car, okay? And then plastic over the top of that, like plastic tarp, actually, so it's thick plastic, tied down. So my car looks quite funny. And I look like a fucking idiot. But it's a new car, and I don't want to get hail damaged, and I don't have a carport or a garage. So I can't put my car anywhere. So I'm just waiting for it to stop raining so I can go out there and untie my car and take all the freaking blankets and pillows off it. Holy shit. This is what you do when you're a woman. You don't know what else to do, okay? But you got to somehow know that you got to lift that, like where the hail lands, if it hails, it's got to be off the car. It can't be just like blankets on the car because that's just going to make the holes. Okay, instead of little spiky hail holes, you're going to have round dents instead, slight dents, you know? They'll be a little bit bigger than... So my bright idea was to keep the blankets off the car by shoving pillows underneath. Yeah. Shit, eh? Oh, my God. Shannon said all the wars were based on lies and false flag. Exactly. Deb said, shit, Studio, we in Adelaide are cooking with you. Studio said, I bet, Deb, you're further north too. Sheesh. Deb said, have the cats been chasing your mouse? No. They haven't been allowed in here, thank God. Cheeky little buggers. They're chasing everything else, though. Studio said, no, but the cat thinks it can chase my dog. Deb said, northern suburbs, Stu. Deb said, what's really going on, hey? Zal, how you going? G'day, Hev and all chat folk. Deb said, maybe he was a super soldier. Zal's put some hedgehogs in there, a poodle, and some wind. Shannon says, Zal, mate. Zal said, never fear, Mr. Spear is here. Shannon said, TAC doesn't work under 1,000 feet. Okay, there you go. Deb said, God love you, Zal. Shannon said, crash was under 400 feet. Well, there you go. Zal said, g'day, Stu and Deb. Deb said, so the DEI is now coming to fruition. Deb said, rotten fruit. Zal said, not in Australia yet, Deb. Stu said, wouldn't our Hev be a great CEO of the ABC? Oh, shit, yeah. Put me in charge of the ABC. I'll let anything fly. Right, you've got to get the right side on, right? Because what you're saying is bullshit. That's what I'd be like at the ABC. Get out of here with that bullshit. You're not spinning that propaganda here. I would be. Deb said, rumble. Deb said, you're fired and you're fired and you're fired. Yes, they would all be fired. See you later. Unless you actually report the truth. Get the fuck out of here. Tim said, TCAS does not work below 1,000 feet. It may advise of traffic but will not provide a solution since the plane is likely too low and too slow to safely manoeuvre. The CNN dude is full of shit. Okay. Thank you, Timmy. And who else said that? Shannon, I think. Yeah, Shannon. There you go. Thanks, guys. Deb said, yes, the purge has a different meaning now. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Shannon said, you gotta Gitmo. You gotta go Gitmo. Stu said, Deb, yes, she does a better job all by herself anyways. Zal said, from there they continue the cabal's agendas. Zal said, the Git shows at Gitmo. Shannon said, Gitmo TV for free. Stu said, where's Alex? Oh, she's got a friend over. Stu said, no way. Zal said, Joe is DEI high, though. Shannon said, Joe's shot her. Hang on. Joe's shot something just a muppet. I don't know, Shannon, that one didn't make sense. I can't.
Deb Richardson tipped $1.86. Hev think outside the box with her pillow coverage.
Yes, it's called a pillow top. I don't know. Yeah, me thinking outside the box with my pillow coverage. God love you, Deb, you legend. Thank you for trying to save me. Oh, dear. Okay, Stu said, get in your Black Hawk and then fly away, please. Out to lunch said, Shannon, you ever ask a lady if they have ever been Spears? When they say no, you say, do you want Spears? Shannon said, just the tip of the spear. Oh, my God, you guys. Enough. Out to lunch said, I asked if the girls had any Portuguese in. Is this part of this joke? I don't know. I think this is a joke. You're all joking with me and I can't. It's going straight over my head. I've got a bad tickle in my throat. Oh, dear God. Okay. Made my eyes water, that one. Okay. Okay, Shannon said had been banned from rugby because every tackle was a spear tackle. Studio said, lol, a bloke the other day said to me about... Okay, I'm not going to read them. If you want them read out, you're going to have to pay for that one to read out. Okay. Okay, let's just keep going. Out to lunch said anti-manifesto. Timmy had a message retracted. I don't know what happened there. Shannon said NVG is night vision goggles. Yeah. Out to lunch should have been taking surveys for coins, but they don't want white straight males, and conservative they no want. Stu said the flight path looks like it tried to crash into 2 other flights before it struck. Yeah, well, there was someone reported 2 near misses before that, and then they were fact checks saying there were no near misses, so it's up to you what you want to believe. Yeah, okay. Out to lunch said, Zal, hello, hello. Stu said, 3rd time lucky. Zal said, g'day, out to lunch had a message retracted. Out to lunch said 4:52 p.m. Central Northeast Mississippi, USA. Shannon said 9:24 a.m. South Australia, not moist. It is 10:21 a.m. in Sydney, Australia, moist here in the mountains. Shannon said, I'm Hev from the block. Used to get a little, now she's got a lot. Deb said 9:24 a.m. Adelaide, South Australia, not moist. Out to lunch said Zal, it's not food related. Out to lunch is the game. Thinking about selling the toys in my attic. Sherry said the dude that started the rumor about the transgender person will probably get sued. Well, I'm kind of glad it disappeared from my bookmarks then, because it wasn't true. I don't want to report something that's not true. So I'd prefer to have it removed and, yeah, not do that. Stu said, Hev, like a walking pharmaceutical, just eat healthy foods, you'll be okay. Too much on your liver, sister. Yeah, I was thinking about giving all the vitamins a break for a bit. I have to see how I go. So I said, I hope they're making a list of names, the roadblocks preventing deportation of these lawbreakers. Shannon said you could call it Pennywise Toys. Out to lunch. Deb said the military has invested in a tampon factory. They were going to send $50 million worth of condoms over to Gaza. It's money laundering if I've ever heard of it. Who needs $50 million worth of condoms? How many people live in Gaza? Oh, now I've got a burp. What's wrong with me? Zal said they should have no rights. Out to lunch said maybe that's the bats have cleaned it out. Deb said that's what you say about our government. Shannon said yes, they try to gouge their own eyes to make the tears flow. Oh, it was ridiculous. Shannon said Selena Gomez was one of Justin Bieber's handlers. Out to lunch said wasn't one of those people that thinks Ozempic gave them cancer. Oh, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. See your doctor of pain persists. And everyone mentioned here today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And everything's alleged until proven otherwise. Thank you, YouTube. Far out, Brussels sprout. Deb said crocodile teas are mean. Shannon said clean up a hyperbaric room. Sal said he might have tried to light his... Oh, no. Deb said med beds in America. Out to lunch said they're safe if the technician is trained correctly. I hope they haven't got DEI as well. Deb said there are different kinds of med beds. Shannon said, true fact, Bond 007 never farts in bed when seducing spies. He doesn't want to blow his cover. Out to lunch said, Jimmy used daily for 8 months, waited 3 hours each time he had a sore and was diabetic. Deb said, yes, this was the first problem with exploding. Who was running it? Stu said, talking in a hyperbaric chamber is like talking after breathing in helium. And it jumped. Where am I? Okay. Out to lunch said Michael Jackson slept in one, I think. Shannon said those two octopies look identical. Shannon said in preparation for his moonwalk, no doubt. Out to lunch said Hev Mac should let everyone have a wrench like Kai does. Find the trolls quick, probably. Sybil said, thanks, Hev. Sal said, good on you, Hev. Stu said, reverse speech analysis of Jackson reveals he did diddle with the kiddies. Shannon said, diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes and down your leg. Deb said, I love watching Trump revoke ABC madness. Deb said, oh, my God, Shannon. Sal said, oh, dear. Stu said, good one, Hev. Oh, God, love you.
Timar28 tipped $50. Regarding your supplements, Hev, call me anytime. The magnesium, D3, and K2 should be taken at night. It could be the magnesium creating issues. Slowly increase the dose over the course of a few weeks. Okay, that's what I needed to know, is how much magnesium can I take? Because that one was helping me the most. And now that I've changed the magnesium to the glycinate one, it's not working the same way the other one did. If you get my drift. Anyway, I'll ring you. Definitely. Thank you, Timmy, legend. God love you. Yeah, I just need to talk to you about all the vitamins and shit. Yeah. Oh, okay, I had to read that one first quietly to myself. Shannon said, I tried to eat my clock. It was quite time-consuming. Sybil said, hi, they're out to lunch. Happy Friday, everyone in the chat. How you going, Sybil? Zal, everyone? Anyone I missed? Shannon said, I've started drinking brake fluid, but don't worry, I'm pretty sure I can stop any time. That's that guy. You sent me that video this morning. Now I know where those jokes are coming from. The guy was cracking up. He couldn't help himself but crack up laughing while he was trying to read these jokes. It was quite funny, actually. Then I watched another video this morning, right? It was very interesting, and it was about, okay, we're all the human race, right? But we are different. And it's good to have the differences, right? For a start, if I was to go somewhere travelling, say I wanted to go and see China and see the Chinese custom, it'd be good to go to China and see the Chinese custom. Same with Africa, okay? What if I wanted to go to Africa and see how the Africans live and their customs? Japan, America, where else? Canada, New Zealand, Thailand, any of those, like I won't go to Thailand, Indonesia, any of those places. If you want to go holiday somewhere, you pretty much want to see how they live and their traditions, don't you? At least I think that's how I would look at it. And it's good that we're all different. So you can't just flood our countries, mate. Because it's good to be different, and we have our own culture as well, So it's okay to be white. It's okay to be German. It's okay to be Irish. It's okay to be Scottish. It's okay to be English. It's okay to be Welsh. It's okay to be Italian. It's okay to be French. It's okay to be New Zealander, Australian, USA, American, Canadian. Be proud of your culture. We don't want to change it. Thank you very much. But it was a really good video. If I can find out what it was called, I'll tell you what it was called. Yeah, and that should be just like, Shannon, that should be like just, straight up known. It's not okay to marry 9-year-olds, okay? What was the name of the video? We Are Not the Same, it's called. Celtanian Chronicles. Something's beeping at me. What's beeping at me? Okay, it's just, yeah, okay. Thank you. So there you go. It was really good, actually. It's called We Are Not the Same by, the Celts or the Celts. Celtanian
Chronicles. Very interesting. It's a very good video. Anyway. Out to lunch said, Stu, reverse speech, I believe in it, and the hidden word you say when lying, reverse speech, yeah? Well, God knows what I can't reverse speech myself. How do I know what I'm saying? How do I know what I'm saying is not evil? God help me. I don't know. Zal said, timely comment, Shannon. Shannon said, I see what you did there, Zal. Menacing Muskrat said, thumbs it up, folks. Thank you. Hey, go, Menacing Muskrat. Sybil said, hi there, Zal. Out to lunch said everything's going to be frequency and light, probably. Shannon said, people complained at using the term midget because it was little person equivalent of saying the N-word. I responded, midget, please. There you go. Zal said, didn't want you to pull up short, Shannon. Shannon said, Sybil 22 is here. No, Sybil 7 and 2. Shannon, you got sharp wit. I love that. Oh, maybe it's just going over. All these things are going over my head. I've got no idea, guys. Okay. Sybil said, hi there, Deb. Much love sent your way. Out to lunch said they've built custom-sized little houses for some poor midgets that were Section 8. We call them stay-free mini-pads. Shannon said, did you know that airports have directions to the toilet? In Braille, they actually read, follow your nose. Out to lunch said there are blow-up car covers, I think. Are there? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Deb said, hello, our beautiful menacing muskrat. Zal said, you're so budget, Hev. I am budget, Hev. Yes. Well, I've got to use what I've got. I'm not going to go out and buy shit that I don't really need. So blankets and pillows will do. Out to lunch said, get a bunch of blow-up dolls and a tarp. Oh, dear. Oh, that's funny. Okay, out to lunch said muskrat soup. Deb said, I do the same thing, Hev. Out to lunch said Larry, Daryl, and Daryl say it, good. What? You all know Larry, Daryl, and Daryl? No. 3 brothers? No. Shannon said, what do you call a hen that counts her eggs? A mathematician. Shannon's got all the jokes today. Shannon said, my wife has been putting glue on all my weapons. She denies it, but I'm sticking to my guns. Out to lunch, they got me glued to the seat. Sal said, g'day, menacing. Menacing muskrat said, out to lunch, not muskrat soup again, I'm on the run. Shannon said, muskie, mate. Menacing muskrat said, hello, all. Deb said, oh, cat fur stuck in Hev's throat. Deb said, yes, you need to pay for your profanity. Yes, you do. If you want to say something rude, you got to pay for it. Out to lunch said, morning wood means you're good. What's the story? Morning glory. I used to love that song. Need a little time to wake up, well. Ah, dear. Shannon said, the near misses were in the same area, not on the same day, just other similar incidents. Sherry said, got to go, guys. Got to take the granddaughter to the hospital. Think it's finally time for the baby prayers, please, Sherry. Praying for Sherry and granddaughter. Oh, my goodness. Good luck. Deb said, OG out to lunch. Stu said it was on Flight Tracker, Monkey Works. Sybil says, I think it's entrapment by the MSM. They work in tandem with courts these days. Out to lunch has got the Fenben. A certain amount for a 220... Where is it? 225 pound male. Deb said the condom have money in them because they don't use condoms. Yeah. I don't know. Must have. Stu said, don't worry, Hev, I drink too much beer, so I need to eat well. Liver is an important organ. Yes. Deb said it's all for entertainment purposes only. Yes, it is. Sybil said, Stu, hot water and lemon is a great liver cleanse. Deb said, your wall is looking really good. Deb said, I have to make an Aussie Hev mug now. Shannon said, I identify as funny. So do I, Shannon. Deb said, I have mugs for all Hev's incarnation. Oh, really? Should have started when I was Hev Truthseeker all those years ago. Out to lunch and Mr. Spee, you're funny. Shannon said, nah, just fat on funny looking, lol. Menacing Muskrat put Monkey Works channel in there. Shannon said, possibly a funny smell as well. Stu said, hey, Menacing, hope you're well. Always great to see you here. Shannon said, hey, no proofreading. That's just not quit. Hey? Yeah, proofreading, mate. I'm not going to read out something I'm not quite understanding until I've read it and go, oh, my God, I shouldn't have read that out. So you got to pay for it, Shannon. Sorry. Sybil said, much love, Hev. D. Lee said, magnesium breakthrough by Bioptimizers has 7 types of magnesium, the best in the world. Oh, really? Deb said, well, Shannon. Oh, no, hang on. Shannon said cricket. Then Deb said, well, Shannon, you could get past the proofreading. Use the funny man to say it for you. Shannon said, it's not okay to marry 9-year-olds. Yep. Stu said, it's okay to be me. Be you. Yeah, exactly. Shannon said, yeah, I'm poor now. Oh, poor Shannon. Sybil said, Shannon, women can't speak to each other anymore in Afghanistan. Shannon said, what's Timur's excuse? Timur's done his bit. Shannon? Cheeky? You are cheeky, Shannon. Out to lunch, there are apps that can do it. Deb said, it's okay to be Irish. Yes, it is. Stu said, apparently it's not good to reverse speech yourself for some reason. Anyways, I'm with you on that, Hev. Yeah, I've got no idea. So I could be saying anything backwards and I have no idea. I don't know. What do I do about it? Do I record everything and play it back so that I don't say those particular words again together? I don't know. Out to lunch said, Sherry, be safe. Shannon said, it's probably because I'm all hopped up on brake fluid. Deb said, oh, my God, Shannon. Out to lunch said, maybe pool floats. Shannon did a funny face. Deb said, I would have used pillows too. Out to lunch said, new heart on YouTube, nice 80s series, funny. Stu said, can you park it under a tree? Well, no. The trees here drop their branches, so that's just as bad. So whether it's out or under a tree, you need a carport or a garage. Yeah, Shannon said, toilet cleaning tips and tricks, equipment needed, cleaning fluid, clear Glad wrap, and 1 or 2 fluffy cats. Deb's laughing at Shannon. Stu said, toilet cleaning tongue. Oh, no. Don't do that to me again. I nearly threw up that time I saw that. Deb said, I want fast enough, Hev, to get the first channel on a mug. You weren't fast enough. Menacing Muskrat said, thank you, I've been lurking, been very busy, lots of snow, I missed your live, Hev. Oh, God, love you, Menacing Muskrat. Deb said, Shannon, can make it up next week. And Deb said, great to see you, our Menacing Muskrat. Okay, guys, with that, I was going to go to Rumble. Should I just go to Rumble for like 5-10 minutes? Because that's all it's going to take me. Or should I just do a video and upload that to Rumble? Oh, wait, you guys give me advice. I need advice right now. I'm going to wait till you give me advice. Should I go to Rumble for 5 or 10 minutes? Is it worth it? Or should I just do a video and upload that? Reading out the post that I can't read here on YouTube. Menacing said, go to Rumble. Shannon said, great idea, get a home with a gum tree and a plum tree. Shit, it fell on me. Exactly, that's what's going to happen. Deb said they used a record player once upon a time, the music backwards. Rumble or not? To rumble or not to rumble? That is the question. Deb said, yes, I'm selfish. Well, I could go to rumble for like 5-10 minutes and then jump off. Yeah? Okay. We'll do that. Sing it properly, Hev. Sing what properly? Get a home with a gum tree and a plum tree. Shit, it fell on me. I don't know how to sing that. Shannon. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Okay. Now I've just done something. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, I'll see you over on Rumble in about 5 minutes, for about 5 minutes. See you then.